PaperWork podcast, baby. We'll be right back like that. Jay
Yeah,
King Insane in the building today. Joe Bob here.
Yeah, man. Joe Bob from the mob, man. We got my boy Vinny, man. He got
Vinny
Mindful
14,
Creativity
man.
Presents,
He said
man.
Vinny 14.
Vinny 15 minus one.
Yeah, man.
Plus one. Minus one.
Actually, before we get started, I just want everybody to know, man. It's gonna be live streamed my comedy show through No Paperwork Podcast,
Just
but
hold
it's
on.
gonna
Let's come back to this. Hold on. Wow.
Oh.
What is?
Joe Bob's Comedy Trap House.
It's gonna be
Yes,
pushed through some shit you doing.
it's gonna be broadcasted through
So
Mindful
we're going to
Creations.
do it through No Paperwork for his comedy show, but then it'll be broadcasted by Mindful Creativity
Love it.
as far as, you know, the working together and doing all of that.
Mindful creativity. Missed that part. Sorry.
It's all right.
I'll be late.
Because, you know, with the following that you guys have on your podcast,
Sure.
if we run it through your YouTube and run it live,
Yeah.
you'll have more viewers
Hey,
than
thank
if we were to run it through mine, considering I just started my YouTube.
Sure.
So
For
Tell-
now.
for now,
Tell us
Yeah.
about that. What is it that you do and how did you get started?
man, so I've been doing photos for since 2015. So we're coming up almost on 10 years. Photography, yes. Still
Gotcha.
photos, modeling,
Aperture, shutter
barbershops,
speed.
tattoo shops, concerts, everything.
Yeah.
Anything you can think of photo-wise, I was doing it. And honestly, like Remy, as soon as I started photos, he's like, bro, you need to do video. People want music videos. And I even had people hit me up for music videos. I was like, hey, I just don't do it right now. Big fuck up on my part.
Really?
So as of the last like 3 months, now I'm doing music videos. We're doing promo
You
videos.
implemented that now.
Yeah, we just started doing that. But I have the background with the camera. So it was a super easy transition
Sure.
over to the videos and being
Right.
able to do all of that.
It wasn't nothing completely different off something that you're already doing.
Honestly,
What
it's
kind of stuff are you doing? What are you like rap videos or like models? You know.
as far as the video, I started with doing rap videos.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys know Two Tone, but he's one of the homies out here. I did one of his videos.
Yeah,
for
shout
my-
out to Tone.
Right, you know Two Tone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Tone
did
Loco.
one of his videos
yeah.
for my first like actual music video that I started doing, and then from there, you know, promo videos for businesses, rap
Going all the
video,
way with it. All the way with it,
everything.
Yeah.
There's really no cap on what I can
And then
do.
you're using him for your event.
Well, no.
Via us too. or
let me
what, you
reiterate
filming
that.
us?
Let me
it's not,
reiterate
it's
that.
not using me.
It's
Well,
it's
whatever.
Right,
Right,
right.
right.
So
He's
no,
what
like,
the fuck?
cause like this is my biggest thing about my Joe Bob's Comedy Trap House, right? Like my biggest thing is like you see somebody that has something that they have built already,
Yeah.
and maybe it's just a little bit of propane for this fire. You know what I'm saying? Like my boy Kilmore,
Propane-
shout out
propane
Kilmore.
accessories.
He got the Untouchables booking agency now. Shout out Maria from Richmond. She got the Divine Models now. I just asked something of somebody, and it's not like you're working for me or anything like that. It's just I'm contracting you. You know what I mean?
It's a collaboration.
It's a
Well, maybe I
collaboration.
said it fucking wrong, but you're in it.
Oh no,
Yes.
yeah, we
Well,
understood what you were saying.
yeah,
Definitely,
yeah.
yeah.
I just want to reiterate that to the listeners.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. Some
Yeah,
people
man.
might not know what we were talking
Yeah.
about before this little interview, right?
All right,
Yeah.
so getting back to the beginning, where you from?
So originally, I'm from Lodi, born and raised, but then growing up, Lodi, yeah, the little shithole. He
Right.
knows.
Yeah, I know.
He
I
knows.
worked there for several years.
Right. Grew up there. All
Had a
my
house there
family's
for a
from
little
Lodi. And then growing up, you know, through school, Stockton, Modesto, Manteca, Yuba City, kind of all over up and down 99, like the whole two.
So you went from like safe to like, here we go.
Well, I wouldn't really call Lodi safe.
Yeah, well,
You know,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure it's gotten worse since I've been there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But then, you know, went all through school and shit, got in some trouble, and I was like, all right, let's leave town. Let's fucking go try somewhere new. And I moved out here to Sac. And then just recently in 2019, I moved out to Reno.
Okay.
Reno. Shout out
So-
my people in Reno.
Shout out Reno.
How did you get started in your photography to begin with?
Honestly, like, it was something that I wanted to do when I was younger.
They had like a film class in Lodi. kidding.
Well, I mean, most high schools, they do offer like
Really?
photography classes and shit like that. You can rent the cameras from the schools, all that kind of stuff.
Really?
But my family didn't have the money for me to do that. So I had to wait until I became an adult.
That's probably worse. The school offers it and you can't. Versus our schools that don't offer it at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, whatever.
But you know, once I became an adult and actually was able to put the money aside and
You
really
wanted to
start my
fuck with
shit,
it.
it started off as a hobby. you know, because I loved art always. And once I started doing photos for the little weed shows out here, you know, Orbit, 1130 Club.
Wow.
Oh, hold on. Let's
Wow.
not let's take out the
Wow.
word little
Yeah.
from those weed shows. Let's
Yeah,
take
wow.
those out real quick.
Yeah.
Those are stamps
Well, no.
on those are stamps on the history
Right.
of the weed
Now,
shows.
don't get me wrong. They're not little. The reason why I say little is because I was a part of the start of those.
Yeah, I just
So,
wanted, yeah.
excuse the little
Yeah,
part.
excuse the little part, man.
But, you know,
you
get
were a
over
part.
the
You were a
field.
part of
Right.
history that has people doing shit today
Touche.
because you're a part of it. There's no little in the start of history.
Let's correct that. No little.
And there's no little on his photography either. You know what I'm talking about? He was there
Check
for the
me out,
start
there's
of a lot
not.
of shit.
But yeah, we were doing the weed shows out here, and it started as a hobby, and everybody's like, "Well, what do you charge? You know, what can I pay you to do product photography?" And then from there,
Oh wow.
it blew up as a business.
Right.
I'm like, shit, if I can monetize a hobby or something I love to do,
Yeah, turn a hobby into your business.
right.
That's the American dream.
That's,
Some
you're
shit,
right. That's what
whatever
we were
it's
talking
called.
about earlier. It ain't
Yeah.
work.
Where you bang at?
He said, "Where you bang at?"
All right, so I know a lot of people that try to get into photography, right? And they try to make it a business, and it doesn't work. What separates you from the rest of the people?
Honestly, just like anything else, not giving up. You know, I've had my ups and downs. I've had my, you know, entrepreneur moments where a month you're making $1,000 versus some months you're making 5 to 10.
Mhm.
But even through those hard times and shit, I just kept going.
So what you're saying is like, because I have a big saying, man, like procrastination is the assassination of motivation,
Yes, sir.
right? And once you have the motivation, you move on motivation. When you don't have the motivation, it takes discipline. So it was when you were down and not seeing any come up, you still had the discipline to still go after your dream, where people would normally give up.
Right. Well, and seeing, you know, when there's no like actual paid clients coming in, I'm still out taking photos. You know, whether it's me just
Out of your
out
pocket,
screwing
yeah.
around. You know, Remy goes with me a lot. Like he's a big part of the start
Shout
of
out,
the
Remy.
photography
Remy.
too.
Shout out the guy right here in the corner.
Shout out Wax Kings over here. A little pop in.
It's not about me right now. You feel me?
This interview's coming in a second, guys.
Right.
Real.
But honestly, it's just, you know, whether I'm getting paid or not, I'm out shooting. You know, I'm out learning new things, and I'm all self-taught. So there was no schooling, there was no reading a book or having a teacher. It was literally picking up the camera and let's go fucking do it.
Running. Yeah.
So
let's go do
do you only get paid from clients that ask for your photography, or do you sell your photos as well?
So I do sell photos. Selling the artwork that way, it's a little bit more of a limited clientele, you know, because
I
if
bet.
people don't want to hang a big ass wall art in their living room, they're not going to pay anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000 for the piece.
Right.
You know, that's more of an acquired taste kind of thing.
Have you
That's
sold
the cost
pieces for
I'm gonna
that?
start.
I've sold a couple at
Sorry, my bad.
$1,500. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna borrow $1,480 from these guys, and then I'm gonna be your second client.
Bro, I got you on that dub.
Yeah,
Don't
for
trip.
sure. That's good.
I got
That's
you.
good.
But yeah, I mean, you know, just like anything else, it's a long, hard road. Like, you know, shit ain't easy,
Yeah.
especially being self-taught and doing all this shit from the ground up.
Right. But you find a success in it. It's a hobby, a passion, a love,
Well,
dream.
yeah, it literally turned
Pretty
from
dope.
a hobby to people coming to me like, hey, what do you charge? You know, what can I pay you to do product photo?
You're like, damn, I can
I want to
charge.
ask you something real quick, because a lot of different people I've asked have a different opinion on financial freedom, right? And I said it before, you never underestimate the stupidity of greed, all that other shit, right? So do you feel like everything you're doing, even with your high months, your low months, you still have the financial of freedom, like the freedom of finances, because you're making enough to get by, or is there something else that you feel like you're missing on this?
So it's a little bit of both. Because before I moved to Reno, I was doing full-time photography. I had the financial freedom. I was able to do what I want when
Paying
I
itself.
wanted.
Yeah.
Right, everything paid for itself, and it, you know, kept returning. And I hate even like blaming this shit on COVID, but COVID kind of fucked a lot of shit up for
Yeah.
me. Being the random guy,
Nobody
like,
wanted
hey,
pictures with masks on and shit.
well, it's not that. It's you don't know me. You're this random dude coming in. Everybody's scared of this bullshit ass sickness. Okay, I'm not gonna hire you. I don't know you. So it kind of made it a little difficult.
So it was a lot harder through COVID
Right.
than easier because of is that because of where you were at in the business, or you think it was because of where you were like doing your paperwork on your business, as far as like LLCs and business and you know, building all that shit?
For
like
me,
that?
it was more so of a being in a new town. Because like I said, out here in Sac, I was doing full-time photography. Excuse me, I was traveling, you know, we were doing a lot of shit. And again, Remy was with a lot of that. And then when I moved to a new city, people didn't really know me. You know, they didn't know me from sideways.
What were some
Right.
of those companies in California making that possible for you?
Last King of California.
big shit going on, right?
Glass King.
So I was doing Bastille Barbershop. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. I was doing Iron Monkey Tattoo Shop.
Oh yeah, heard of that. 11:30 Club.
11:30 Club. I did
Social Club,
Orbit,
Spectre
Social
So
Club.
that makes it make more sense. You see what I'm saying?
Right? No, of course.
But that brings me back to my last question. Like, do you think the knowledge of finances and building up a company in the way that America wants you to build the company up would have made a difference as far as starting an LLC and umbrella company or something like that? Or do you think no matter what, you'd be in the same situation?
I feel it could go either way because you do have those clients or businesses that look for that LLC to see that you're established and you know
They
what
want to
you're
see a
doing.
website. They want to
Right.
see
Like I
it.
got
Yeah.
the website, I got all of that, you know.
Pink pants.
Yeah.
Pink pants.
That makes a big
Hey.
difference.
Shit, that's my favorite color, bro.
I mean, you
White
can trust
skin,
the motherfucker a
privilege.
little easier,
white
though.
skin.
Shout out to
Brother.
the pink pants and white skin.
Shout out to the pink skin too. Hello.
So,
No,
Shout out to the pink skin.
because really my biggest question was people are starting businesses now, right? A lot of people don't have the knowledge to build businesses.
Right.
But my real question is like, do you feel like you had the knowledge to start a business at the right time, or did you learn it after?
Fuck no, I learned that shit as I went, and honestly, I'm still learning, you know, because like I said, I've never went to school for none of this, no business classes, no nothing, so I'm still learning day to day.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you'd be ahead more if you did get the education on finances?
100%.
100%.
100%.
Don't lace your boots on how to do this the right way.
Right, you know, doing
So you're
it
learning
the
it
week-
without making the
But something as
mistakes
small as
because you
you
learn
not
off other
quitting on,
people's.
Right.
you're not quitting on your hobbies, your dreams, your love. Even if it's transferring states with it, where you're secure in one state with big connections to another state, we got nothing. You
Yeah.
don't quit on yourself yet.
Nope.
That alone is the message. You know what I mean?
Well,
No,
I mean,
because-
just like you guys,
keep
you know, I
going,
know
man,
damn
whatever
well, like
work
the
goes.
option is the option. You know,
That's
there is
fine.
no quit. There's no, like, we're doing this to make it. We're not
Right.
doing this to just, oh, hey, fuck this shit. Like, if it dies one day, it dies.
But the thing is, like I learned, like when I started my Airbnbs in Texas, I had to do the paperwork to do my LLC.
You got a
as
BB gun company in Texas?
Come on, man. Hey, man, if that's what you want to call it what you want to. It make money. You know what I'm talking about? But I had to file as a foreign entity in the state
Right.
to do business in it. And that's just some of the things that, like, after you do business for a while, it becomes common knowledge.
Wait, whoa. You had to tell Texas you were a foreigner for they let you do business?
I filed as a foreign business entity into Texas to do my Airbnbs in Texas.
Why do you get better taxes?
Well, that and
Because he doesn't
also
live in the
I don't
state.
live in the state.
Yeah.
You're not collecting taxes.
Oh.
Listen. And what?
And so I'm doing business in a different state, right? So this is something that it became normal to me, but at the beginning it was a different language. You know what I mean? And that's why I like to say like finances is a language. And that's why I ask people that are doing businesses and entrepreneurship, like, are you learning to speak this new language? Would it
Right.
made it different for you if you knew what you
Which is
didn't
literature and
know?
paperwork that shit you've been having to fill
Exactly,
out.
bro.
Right.
Because now
got no help with it.
now it becomes
Right.
regular because you're doing it so much, but you're learning through mistakes and you're learning through trials and tribulations. You're learning by paying fines and,
Well,
and,
it's
and
the-
doing this, and then you have the next people coming behind you.
Right.
Where like when I was growing up, all you had was dope and the hammer. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Well, and you know, and speaking on that right there, you know, the
Yeah.
older that I get and the
Foe.
more I want to
Do the
be
band aid, dope
business
down.
aspect of it, I've been thinking about taking business classes, you know, all that kind of thing, so that way I can perfect the business side. I already got the photography and the video side down.
See, this is what I may cut you off
No,
with
you're
this because you're in Reno. I feel like there's no perfection. There's just perception. You know what I'm saying? So if you could take what you learned, would you be like willing to start to have like seminars and stuff like that to teach people what you learned to also start their own businesses and learn how to do the taxes and stuff like that?
Honestly, that's one of my goals because
Got you.
God bless the gang. You heard that? You heard that?
real shit. like-
Reno, California. You heard
Now,
that?
hold on. Y'all can't see it.
Reno, Nevada.
Y'all
Oh,
can't
yeah.
see it. He got an eye tattoo on his side of his face. He half regular. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Yeah.
so what I'm saying is because we are working together, we're doing business together, and we are learning. My biggest goal is to get the next person, the next game. You know what I'm saying? To not do that. And Reno, keep your eyes out. We're gonna end up start doing some stuff to start teaching you guys how to do the taxes,
Yeah,
start your
definitely.
businesses, and do it right where you're not paying fines, man.
Right.
Shout out my guy right here,
Got some
man.
seminars coming soon, and
Mindful
then also
Creativity,
some
man.
workshops coming soon. If you guys want to learn how to do photos and videos, we can do that as well.
Yeah.
Shit's all coming.
Yeah, so
Oh, it's all good.
yeah, because we're trying to do that, right? We're trying to set up workshops
Right.
to help people start businesses
Yeah.
and fund
Honestly, they-
LLC.
I just
They
extended
work.
our venture by miles right now by talking to you.
Bro,
Hey, you know what's the dopest thing?
States.
What's the law? Learn the language, the lingo. So if y'all can't comprehend the game that's being dropped right now, listen to this man's story. Listen to what this man's saying right here. It's the fucking truth.
God
So
bless again.
introduce yourself real quick, because
I feel I shouldn't have to,
Well,
but hey, y'all
man.
know me. My name is Remy fucking Guapo, El Turpy Sancho. Hello, I'm here today with my peoples. Insane. Thank you for having me here.
Oh,
First
yeah,
and
for sure.
foremost. Hey, first and foremost too, but you're second, but you're first in a place
It's
of
all
winning.
good. You know,
It's
Joe
my
Bob.
boy Joe Bob.
Hey, second's not
Hey,
fast.
but you know what? The man that got it out the mud. The man that did turn nothing into something. My boy Vinny, hello.
Hello.
Mindful Creativity. And I'm grateful to be here today.
right.
So, you
Yeah,
know,
nice
for
being
those that
here.
don't know me, my name is Remy Guapo again. Y'all might know me from the weed shows. It might have started from me, but we'll get into that later.
Right. So okay, going back to your business, your LLC, what would you say would be the biggest challenge for you, and how did you overcome it?
Photo wise,
And business wise.
business wise, honestly, it's so for photography. One of the best things to do is returning clients versus going out and finding new clients. So a lot of my personal hiccups, I guess you could say, or speed bumps would be getting those clients to return.
Right.
You know, and I'm not the most expensive, but I'm also not the cheapest when it comes to hourly or per event.
Right.
So my biggest hurdle is getting those same people to come back.
A little more for the mic.
Getting those same people to come back for another shoot or another promo video, anything that they're looking for.
Do you think that was because of public relations, marketing, or just people's circumstances?
It could be more of the public, in marketing, but also me learning how to attract certain clients. Because I don't just go for one personality or one type of clientele. I'm trying to attack it all. I do weddings, I do
See his pants?
birthdays.
Yeah.
He said-
No,
But-
that's a great thing to have, man. It's adversity.
Right.
You know, you got to walk into a room and just know that you're an equal and everybody in there.
Right.
But don't you find that a little more difficult by trying to get all lanes instead of sticking to one? Or
Yes and no. The way I see it, and it might be the bad way to look at it, but if I can attack all markets, there's always going to be something. Versus if I'm just going for one niche and then it dies out. But a lot of photographers have told me, hey, just go for one thing.
Okay.
But then I've also worked with a few people that have done great that attack all things.
Right.
So I try to kind of find that balance in between.
It's kind of like the way people have their diets. It just got to work.
Right.
For you.
So what would be the biggest piece of advice you can give somebody who's trying to start out?
Oh man. So honestly, like I said, and it doesn't work for everybody, but like keep pushing for that shit. Don't give up. When you guys started this podcast, I'm
Perfect
sure,
your craft. Learn what you're doing.
right. But I'm
God
sure when
bless
you guys
again.
started the podcast, there was a little viewers, and then it started growing and growing. So again, just keeping at it. Don't let the
Consistency is key.
failures. Yeah, don't let the failures ruin you. You
What's
gotta
supposed to
fail
break
move
you will
forward.
make you.
Right.
So,
So I'm sure you had more failures than you've had successes,
of
right?
course, You definitely, especially trying to rebrand since I've been in Reno.
Right.
It's again, people don't know me out there like.
And can I just say one thing? Can I interrupt this one thing? Is this man was around me for over a decade. People don't even make the half decade mark with me, right? And after 10 years, I said, bro, you could take the greatest pictures, but why won't you do videos? It wasn't because he couldn't or wouldn't. He just never tried, right?
Right.
And the second he tried, I bought the homie, shouts out Two Tone, you know what I'm saying? One of my artists, he's coming out
Tone
here.
Loco, man.
You know what I'm saying? No, Tone Loco 2 with 3300, you know what I'm saying? Hello. But, anyways, I brought him out there and he's like, let me just try this out with the camera. Did his thing, and it put a fucking wild hair up my boy's ass.
Yep.
And it just fruition.
And honestly, like I should have started the video 10 years ago when I started doing
Yeah,
photo.
but God bless the game. You started when you started. You know what I mean? Sometimes you
right.
need that flame. Sometimes you need the flame lit.
He told me the other day, you know what? I tell people shit all the time. He said, Remy, I wish I would have listened to you. I wish, you know, I wish I would have took that little piece of
Hey,
game.
it's saying I wish now, but in 10 years it's saying thank you. I'm glad I did. You know?
Right.
10 years is gonna pass no matter
100%,
what.
yeah.
But
10
this is
years
the
go-
beginning.
Exactly. 10 years gonna pass no matter
You
what,
know,
bro.
that's one of those things where I try to think, better late than never.
Yeah.
You know, timing is
Yeah.
everything kind of thing.
Look, bro. In the history of America, the most, I think, billionaires instead of millionaires in America happened between our last recession, right?
And they didn't graduate college and all that.
Bro, I'm talking about
Right.
most billionaires, the million, and then
Google it.
the average of someone to hit 1 million in the whole history of America was after 40 years old,
Yep.
right? So,
Yeah, the
don't give
greatest
up.
successes came after people being
Right.
35 and over.
Bro,
Look it up.
don't give up. Don't
You
give
know,
up,
and I
man.
don't have to have $1 million to be financially stable. You know, would I love $1 million? Of course, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
You know, but
I'll let me get it.
right, wealth isn't just about money either.
Right, that part.
Right. So, and me working for myself, that gives me time to spend with my family. You know, my wife and kid. You know, she's at home, so
You got one kid?
we got one kid. Yeah.
That's it?
Yep.
Ah, bro, you slow.
He's
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Hey, and not his blood. I fight harder for my blood. It's not even his
Hey,
blood.
no,
That
man.
boy
Hey,
knows.
let me say one more time, man. Mindful Creativity, man. Art gallery, bro. They got it on September 28th.
Yeah, September 28th out in Reno.
Reno.
We got an art gallery.
424 East 4th Street, Reno, Nevada. It will be through No Paperwork Podcast, but it's getting broadcast through Mindful Creativity, man. We're doing business together. Shout out Remy Guapo.
Hello.
I seen him over here reaching. You know what I'm saying? My guy goes crazy. Hey, man, shout out Insane for having everybody bring all this shit together, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you guys for having me
Vinny
on.
14, man. Remy Guapo. We're going to get back to Remy Guapo. It ain't over yet.
Hello.
But,
Hey, if you watching this podcast and you hear Vinny 14, you know what it is.
Yeah.
man, big shout out to everybody, man.
Shout out your IG real quick.
So my IG is gonna be Mindful Creativity.
Hold on, it's MY.
It's MY, not MI. And then when you spell creativity, you got to take the A away and replace it with a V.
I'm
Upside
gonna
down.
spell it right now. It's MYNDFULCREVTIVITY.
I'll have a link down in the description.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'll be a lot
Yeah.
easier if we put a little link.
Yeah, I know. Most of our listeners are illiterate than a motherfucker. Most of us have all graduated from Penn State. We're all part of Norte Kappa
I
Scrappa.
mean, if you're
You know what I'm
illiterate,
talking
you
about?
might be able to spell it correctly the first time.
Yeah, it's all good. Cause like I look at this, I feel like I'm on
I think
mushroom.
you're trying to want to say it backwards. What's the name for that?
Yeah, Kato.
Dyslexic?
Hey,
Right.
hey man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, shout out all my people, man. Hey, man, we're going to log off right now, man. We got Remy Guapo, man. We got Vinny 14, Insane in the
Yeah,
brain.
No fucking
No Paperwork Podcast.
Yeah, no
we
paperwork.
doing
Paperwork
folks.
Podcast, man.
All right, man.
Hey, shout out Billionaire Pups Club one time, man. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know how
Get
we
it
do
together.
it. Peace.
No paperwork. Motherfucker, them September 11th figures. No paperwork. Interrogation. No paperwork. No paperwork. If you the only one that got out the spark car left. No paperwork. No paperwork. They fed him during questioning. They gave him cigarettes. No paperwork.